ULTI.TV.
Here we are at Perth. We've made it through 3 grueling days today. On the last day down, we've had an array of weather patterns. We've seen some rain, we've seen some wind, we've seen it all calm down, and now it's just clouded over.
In the huddle after the Townsville-Le Grand Coq game, Brett Latham made the speech and then said, we've made it through a long and hard tournament. Oh, I didn't mean to crack that joke. Yeah, it's been long and hard, I would say.
It certainly has, and the 2 favorites have emerged. The semis were reasonably tough battles. I play for Hyman Vigor, who lost to Frisky. We didn't have our best game, but they were certainly good. They've got a lot of athleticism on the team.
A lot of depth, too.
Indeed, and if there's anywhere where they will have cabs, it's with their depth.
Cavs, on the other hand, very, very orientated towards a couple of big players.
That's it. They've got the star power. They've got JD. They've got Cupcake. They've got Twiggy. And their ladies are getting the job done, too. Here we go. We're in play. Tiger with the Frisbee. Having a look at his options. Cabs put a zone on.
Now, Stefan, we haven't seen the zone much out of Cabs this tournament. They've elected to run man most of the time.
Julio with a great OI shot up the line to Alex. She flips around the Frisbee, puts a hammer up. Julio again. Julio had a huge game in the semi, leaving his feet all over the place. Interesting choice by Cabs to put the zone on early. There's not too much weather that's going to play with the disc.
And Frisky, known for their strong zone offense, using all their players and really stretching the space in the field. Right now, though, they're not providing a lot of movement. There's a lot of stationary disc at the moment. Tiger. Oh, and there's a
Hamish. All the way from Townsville gets a hand on the disc, and it goes right to him. Looks like he gets the turn and burn. Double happiness for Hamish. Pope gets the D, gets the goal. Caps go up, and the zone pays off.
We just see the pool roll about 3 millimeters inside the sideline there. Cal Spielman, I think that is.
It is indeed.
Just letting that one roll, so he'll bring it back to the front of the end zone.
A great pull. Can't believe that stayed in.
As I said, about 3 millimeters, and Cabs are going back to their zone here. Frisky very stationary out of their zone O on the first point. There was just nothing.
Word is Simo Ryan's been run ragged playing puppy all weekend long, and she's there again. Big wide mark she puts on, and she's been generating blocks. Meanwhile, Beck Carmen with the disc. She's on the sideline with a lot of pressure right now. Hammer goes up. James Lay there, another Barramundi. Back to Kaylin Spielman, another Barramundi. Speaking of Mundies, there's half the team on this field between 2 teams. Max Halden now with the disc. Oh, ugly looking push pass. He gets away with it though and asks for it back. Now James Lay puts the backhand out in front, has Julio with space. Julio keeps it going to Beck Carmen. JD lays out but behind the disc. Max now with the disc in front of Julio. Great space there. He's going to get it now on the doorstep. Oh, one pump fake and throws the goal. I think that's Beck Carmen who ends up getting it.
That was much better than Stefan. Lots of movement out of Frisky. Lots of lateral movement. They got a bit of depth down the field, exploited it, walked it in.
Beautiful play, 1-1. And Julio set to pull. The Colombian sensation puts up a big backhand. OI, Cupcake settles underneath. Simon Urquhart. Ooh, running backwards. That looked like it could have been an ugly pull reception attempt.
So the Cavs, I think they're showing a bit of faith in Simon Urquhart. I wouldn't have rated him as a top O player, but he's out there for the O-line.
Early points, gets some burn, and he's got a touch here. Let's see what he does with it. Sticks a big one. Ooh.
He's thrown it away. That
not the right option.
I think that was a good option, Steph. Just the execution there let him down.
And now this could be trouble having Simon covering Doucette. Doucette's going to have a lot of speed on him. There's a touch on that.
Alex Peters.
Catch.
Alex
Keeps
Peters.
Alive. Peters wearing 99 like my boy Wayne Gretzky. Kaylin puts a big one up. Doucette is there. Cupcake on the chase. Cupcake. Oh my God, Cupcake makes a huge layout bid. Saves the day. For Simon Urquhart, that was Simon's man, and Cupcake came with the help D and had a huge bid and got a great touch. Cupcake never disappoints.
Cupcake with the disc, he dumps to Urquhart. Urquhart goes to Twiggy. Twiggy gaining a little bit of separation on Kalen. Oh, and Kyle, the one to watch, cops a Duque to the back.
He did in a little Duque. Duque with the disc. Oh, puts one to the end zone, has Ash. It's going to stay in. It's going to be a goal. Frisky turn the tides and take a 2-1 lead early in the game. Kalen Spielman set to pull. Puts a big backhand up. Cupcake settles under. Pulling has been a good pulling game thus far. JD with the disc, a dangerous man with the disc. The Dizzle moves it to Simo. He wants it. Oh, Simo opts not to get it to him. Julio, what a dive. Goes the other way, crossbody layout. Then he puts one up. Cupcake dives early. Tiger's able to, James Lay able to get under it. Now Frisky only meters out on the opposing brick mark, just about. Beck Carmen gets the disc. Given forehand. Oh, Julio with a great cut, but she just looked the other way. Centered, number 9. Moves it to Julio. He seems to be the man who wants the disc the most for it. Frisky puts one up. Kalen's there, keeps his toe. Frisky with the momentum early, 3-1. Here we go. Julio's set to pull. Julio's played a bulk of their points already and done a bulk of the damage. OI, that's going to stay in. It's going to be in the back corner. JD is there, collects it, moves it to Cupcake right away. Centered on his own goal line. Ash on the mark. Coming out of a vert stack, Ellie, one of the most beautiful women in Ultimate, falls down on her cut. Cupcake gets the disc, puts it, jacks a big backhand. Hamish is there, but it's too far out in front, and now Frisky with another chance.
Cupcake's backhand letting him down there. He ripped a 60-meter one in the Cabs Billy Griffin semi, and it pretty much put Billy Griffin out for the count. They're just too far out in front of Hamish Pope. We see Nathan Stacey wearing the shooter sleeve, going back for the disc right now.
Shooter sleeve.
Yeah.
And the hearts in the hair for Frisky. Shaved in. I think what do they call those tracks nowadays?
And he's thrown it away.
Yeah, Cupcake's got it now to JD. Fakes it to Cupcake, puts it the other way. Twiggy's there.
Doucette from the back.
In the air. Oh, I think there's going to be a call.
I would dare say there is there.
I think one way or another mishandled by Twiggy. I think it was still his to be had, even with some contact. However, that contact is what's going to be called.
So, yes, a foul call from the sounds of things.
And an injury on the play at the same time. It looks like Nick Doucette being helped off the field. Good to see the medics running.
The medics are running right now. Good on the medics.
Great attention. And while we're talking about that, attention to detail, this tournament has been run seamlessly by the AFTA and the TDs, Anna and John Hempel. Done a great job. We just finished our lunch, and never cease to amaze. They had a full burger truck come in, burgers and chips as they call them. I would say burgers and fries, and a wonderful feed on a wonderful day here in Perth. We're getting our picture taken here in the old press box. Lots of attention.
Shout out to Hari from the Funny Duck Ultimate Club. Looks like it's an uncontested foul here. Twig gets it.
Cupcake gets it, but there must have been some violation because Twiggy's got it again. Oh, no violation. That's a goal. Cabs get an ugly looking one. They'll take any of them though right now. 2-3.
It'll be interesting here, Steph, to see what Cabs go with on D. They played the zone early.
It did work, surprisingly. But then since then, they've been playing man and have been losing momentum, we'll say.
Kendall Thorne just he pulled that one, and the next words out of his mouth were, "Oh twig."
Oh twig.
Bricks pull.
And James Lay walks the disc to the mark.
I think Hugh Osborne here on James Lay is a great matchup. I think Hugh might be a little bit underdone. He isn't quite what we've known him for in the past.
Oh, floaty. Twiggy. Oh, he gets over top.
Twiggy
and
just
puts a big one. Hugh's there. James Lay coming. Hugh takes it. And Cabs have tied it up. It's 3-all.
Great play there by Kendall Thorne, just tracking that down and going over the slightly shorter Tiger Webb.
Little turn and burn.
Cupcake about to pull for Cabs here.
Cubbers. Speaking of Cupcake, I saw him on the floor of JD's place this morning in a bit of a rough way. Big party last night, and I don't think the Cabs, we'll say they didn't take it easy. They sporting the Jersey Shore attire, they were looking good. Julio puts a big one, Spielman there, Simo there, and that's Georgia. Get the shortest one there, finds her way to the disc. Frisky back up by 1, 4-3.
Julio set to pull for Frisky. Puts out a big one.
Gonna come in?
He shanked it by the looks of it.
That is Shank City. Does he know that hill's not part of the field proper?
That is a dirty pull.
Worst pull of the game so far. What are you doing out there, Julio?
John Damiani bringing it in for Cabs. Tom Tollett still out there for Cabs as well.
The dynamic duo, those two. JD sticks it. Kendall Thorne there. He's going to get there. That's going to be a goal.
Oh, dear.
And Cabs strike back, 4-4.
Kendall Thorne starting to get into this match. He's started to do some interesting stuff out there. He got a block. Now he's got a score.
And JD doing his thing, putting it up to him. Cupcake puts the pull up. Spielman receives. Nathan Stacey now, centered. Back to Spielman. Puts it backhand to Max. Catches it in the air. Now he wants Spielman. Gives it out in front to Spielman. Playing behind themselves right now. Frisky, no cuts upfield. Beck Carmen. Kate Chamberlain still not gaining many yards. Now they are. Far side, Max. Fakes a bit of a flick. Gets his cut out of Kalen. Resets. Kalen.
Oh, Hugh Osborne.
Hugh Osborne leaves his feet. Contact called. No contest. Great bid. Tiger with the disc.
So that's what I was saying right there about Hugh Osborne. A little bit underdone. Haven't seen it out of him yet. But right there is something of what he's capable of.
Hugh can certainly fire up. Another one out there is played for the Slamtown Flatball Club. You know, I love those types. Kalen again with the disc. Yeah, Max Holden, captain of the team, puts it up. Beck Carmen pushes Kizza off a little bit, gets her disc space. Back to Spielman. He's had a lot of touches in this possession. Now he jacks it. Alex is there.
Peters has read this
Lou
real
on
well.
the chase. Oh my God, what a big chase. I think there's going to be a call, but she did everything she could, and there is no call.
I think that's a good no call there by Alex Peters. She had it and she dropped it. The contact was incidental. There was contact, but it didn't affect her because she had it and then just dropped it.
Disappointed with herself. Great chase by Lou.
And a great read to start with. That was a great read. She read it the best.
So after about a 25 pass possession, Cabs end up with the disc. Frisky not able to convert.
Oh, Alex Peters.
And Alex gets it. No. Crowd doesn't like it. The same two involved. Oh, she may have gave the finger to the crowd. No contest, she says, and gave the finger to the crowd. That is awesome.
I like that.
Oh, and then Hugh cacks it.
Stefan, I like that out of Alex Peters right there. She confirmed the call very quickly, said, look, cool, whatever. Great spirit by Peters. She goes to the end zone right here. Tiger Webb with the disc. Has a look, has a cut out of the front.
Gets it out. Beck Carmen. Beck having a look now. Halden cut for him and a pick called.
Seems that Hugh Osborne's rotated onto Max Halden right now, and Tattoos is taking Tiger Webb.
Tattoos being Bri. And Max is going to have some speed on Bri. Oh, stall count by Kizza. Ouch. She waves her arms and rejoice.
The ULTI.TV foul pop-up is getting a bit of a workout here, Stefan. I like it.
Cupcake walks over the disc and calls a timeout.
So
Cabs take the timeout, locked at 4s. Long is the first long point of the game. Could be pivotal.
The disc is tapped back in by Nathan Stacey. Cupcake immediately breaks the mark.
Well, what a great break. That was so effortless for Cuppers.
He is an effortless thrower.
His range of throwing is incredible.
And the important thing is, though, Stefan, that it has increased over the years. He used to be all about the extravagant low release, and now he's actually varying that with a bit of height, varying the point of attack. See Cabs just punch it in.
Kizza gets the goal at the end there. Cabs, that's a lead taker, and that is that long point we talked about. It looks short in the end after the timeout. But,
after being down early, Cabs now are up a break, which could be important in the scheme of things. Frisky, a young team. We don't know how they'll react to this, but they are a big team. They're full of depth. They're full of run.
5-4 Cabs. The Dizzle set to pull John Damiani. Puts up the OI. Beautiful pull. Going to land nearly to the back of the end zone. James Lay picks it up. Gets it to Tiger. A bit floaty, but nobody there yet. Now he gets it over to Ash. With Cupcake on the mark. James Lay gives him a dump cut. And has himself the disc. Moves it to Tiger. Tiger surveying options, gets one up.
Oh, Twiggy.
Oh, almost a chance, but Julio gets there and fakes the big, then gives it. Ash is there. Cupcake is there. Ash he's going to call a strip, but I don't think it was. I don't know. He was on his way down. Cupcake was on his way up.
I think
the end result is going to be that's going to go back to Julio.
That was an incredible grab by Ashan.
Incredible. He got way up. I think he had a ladder out there.
But it looked like he did hit something on the way down, whether it was Cupcake or himself.
I just don't know if he had full possession of that or not. He had his hand on it, but I don't know if it was clasped and held and controlled. Contested, as I suspected, and it's going back to Julio.
I think that's fair enough there. You know, Ashan, maybe not. Hard to tell, especially when you're flying through the air.
Yeah. Indeed. We'll see what happens this time. I would love for him to take the same shot. I doubt that'll happen.
Yeah, normally the next shot is much more conservative. We see Frisky, though, spread out all over this field. Their stack is actually creeping a little bit deep at the moment. They're struggling to get some movement against this strong Cavs man defense. Seems that Cavs have shelved the zone for the moment. And just as all the players retake their position, stalling 3, says Twiggy. Bit of a violation there by Tiger Webb. Oh, wait, no, that was James Lay.
Ashvin with the disc, now to Lay. Lay fakes, gives. Tiger now with the disc, far side of the field, puts a big lefty flick up.
Oh,
Ash there again, but Georgia gets it behind, picking up the garbage.
Big misread by Ashan, but Georgia just cleaning up the scraps at the back.
That's the second one for Georgia, where I'm not sure if she was the intended receiver, but comes down with the goal.
Julio set to pull for Frisky.
Sun's coming out.
Oh, and Julio looks like he shanked this. No, it's flattened out, and it will sit into bounds. Tom Tyler sitting underneath it, gets it back to JD, to Cupcake quickly. Cupcake looking. He's stuck with the disc a little bit here. Goes up the line, and there's a pick call. So this will go back to Cupcake here.
With a pretty high stall count on it, imagine. Of 5, Nathan Stacey says.
So Stacey taps it in. Cupcake varying the point of attack. Goes high release over Stacey on that one.
JD now. Gets it to number 8. Back to JD.
Max Halden needs to tighten up on JD there. You cannot let him get easy resets like that. Otherwise, he will carve you up.
And Hamish Pope, grabs a big grab right-handed falling away. Number 6 with the disc.
Oh, and
JD
Max,
gets up line. Great release.
Max Howden is getting burnt right now.
Puts the IO. Simo's there. Cupcake's there. A beautiful throw out of John Damiani. Another one of those ones where you're not sure when it leaves his hands if he actually had an intended receiver, but as soon as you see the direction of that disc, the flight path, he knew exactly what he was doing.
Everything JD touches or has been throwing has been absolute gold-plated in the last couple of games. Every throw he put up last game was perfect. This game started off the same way. Max Howden, though, bad matchup on JD. Got to rotate someone stronger onto JD, make things tougher for him, because he just carved Max up.
I'm right here.
Pulls up. Going right out the back. Tiger will bring it in. Tiger walks the disc to the spot. Cupcake there. Immediately moves it to James Lay. He immediately jacks it. George is there, but that's Twiggy's all day, all night.
He just didn't see Twig hunting out the back there.
Couldn't have.
Got off Ashan and just...
Twiggy puts it the other way. Cupcake is there. That's his all day long. Kizza in the end zone. He might have put too much on it. He did put too much on it. Not happy with himself at all. Hammer runs it back to the line.
Frisky going quick here. Nice break to Tiger Webb.
Tiger
Webb with
puts the big one up, and George is there. It falls through, losing her balance. Great option, but just a bit too much on it.
So 33 minutes gone. Stefan, things starting to loosen up a bit. The early going was really tight. Now the turns are starting to flow. Pope goes deep down the field looking for Twig.
The matchup if it stays in bounds. Does not, though.
You know, I'm not sure Cabs will be too disappointed in Hamish for that look. You know, Twiggy going deep on Ashan, that's a good matchup.
It is, but you do got to, it's one of those things, you just keep the disc in the field of play, and that's going to be Twiggy's.
So Tiger Webb going to pick up the disc, best short to intermediate range throws in Australia, according to Mr. Webb himself.
Oh, wow.
And I really like this Tiger Webb, Tom Tullett matchup right here.
Interesting self-proclamation.
And Carlin Spielman finding the disc for Frisky.
Kalen winds up that lefty flick, gets it to Ash. Ash, Twiggy now setting the mark on him.
Hugh Osborne with some physical D.
Line. Oh, Hugh Osborne, physical D pays off.
Wow. So I said it earlier, Hugh Osborne, he's capable of some amazing stuff.
Could be an X factor in this game, and the Cabs take another timeout.
Stefan, at 6'5", I feel it's appropriate to mention something we forgot. Tips for the game. Who do you reckon is going to win?
Oh, wow, I can't believe we haven't covered this yet. Well, I mean,
whoa,
I've got my allegiance with more Cabs players, and I just think they're going to win. They're the team having the most fun, and I think the team that has the most fun ends up winning more often than not. And I'll say Cabs. I want to see Cabs by 1. I want it to be that close of a game. So that's my tip. What do you like, Dan?
You know, my heart says Cabs. WA never won a mixed nationals. Cupcakes has thrown another one away. WA never won a mixed nationals. So my heart says Cabs, but you know, my head just says Frisky. They're just too deep, I think. There's just too many players that can have an impact on this game. And we're at the end of a 3-day tournament.
The depth is a good point, especially if it is a tit-for-tat game like it's been so far. If it continues to go point for point, the Cabs can't keep their top players on there every point in, point out, especially late in the game, and that could offer an advantage to Frisky. But like I said, I've got my allegiance with the Cabs, and I'm sticking with them. Georgia with the disc, far side. Flicks it center, Tiger Webb puts it immediately as he falls through the splits to Kate Chamberlain. Kate into her mark.
She's a little bit cramped here.
Ashvin crowding space as he barked for it.
Oh, Twiggy.
They crowded her space too much. I think Ashvin was out of place there and barking for it.
Ashan got in the dump position and then couldn't get back out again. Too many dumps there. They just crowded Kate. who is a capable thrower.
Too many dumps on the dance floor. Twiggy moves it. Center to Cuppers. Cuppers scoop.
Oh, he's throwing a
Touchdown.
scooper. There it is. Cabs are up by 2 now. 7-5.
7-5. That's the first 2-point lead of the game. And JD set to pull. Cabs up by 2. First lead of that size we've seen in the game. It's been 1 or even until this point. Spielman moves it to Julio. We haven't seen much of Julio since the early going. Max Halden now gets it right across to Nathan Stacy. Stacy back to Max. Max back to Stacy. Centers to Julio. Far side to Kalen. To Max. Great movement by Frisky right now. One-hand pickup by Carmen. And travel called. I would have to say weak call. Crowd definitely doesn't like it.
Weak call at best there, Steven.
Weak call at best. I wonder who made it. I wouldn't be surprised if it was the Dizzle. Slowing things down now to Beck Carmen. Moves it up to number 9. She goes far side to Spielman. Spielman with the disc. Leans into a backhand but doesn't give it. Oh, and Ash gets the D straight to JD. And Ash gets downfield. Now moves across 15, back to Dizzle, back to 15. Frisky not able to set up right away, coming out of their zone on the transition. And Cavs got a few easy touches. Oh, JD just very un-JD-like, but just whiffs one out of the hands there. He's not going to be thrilled with himself for that. Max Halden now on the far sideline. See if Frisky can capitalize on that mistake. JD just playing a bit of a puppy right now. Now it's Cabs who are disorganized on the transition. Finally able to pick up a big mismatch here with JD and Spielman. If Spielman ends up in the end zone. Disc is up. Oh, bid comes across. No touch on it, but the disc sails wide.
Kyle, the Wonder Watch actions, getting horizontal and after that disc right there. Didn't think he had it in him, but gee whiz, did he bid hard.
And Cuppers has the disc. Had an early cut. Early deep rather, didn't take it. Ellie's under and open. Still open. Scoop over to JD, well handled, and the wind's just picking up. And JD and Spielman tangle up. Back to Cupcake, no call there. Gets it to Ashvin. He wanted to move it quickly. Julio gets a hand on it. Julio with the disc. They've had a few chances. He should be seeing Spielman, but he ends up finding Cupcake. He gets the D in front of Max. That's Frisky's 3rd possession, I believe, on this point. Within 10 meters of the end zone, they just can't cash in. I would opt for the floaty to Spielman.
Keep running that fast. You're awesome.
The front of his shirt. Never afraid to leave his feet. Oh, great breakthrow there. Ashvin to Cuppers. Cuppers looked for the big one. Oh, Julio comes across and prevents to JD. And not able to get that one in the air. Julio to Nathan Stacy, fakes the backhand, gives the flick. Oh, JD almost there, but that's going to be Spielman's. Finally, they get it to Spielman in the end zone. Takes it to a 1-point game. It's 6-7 still in favor of the Cavs. Spielman set to pull now. Frisky within 1.
So we saw briefly in that last point, Cavs decided to go back to the zone, look, generated some turns, then they went to man, generated some more turns, but then Cupcakes threw it away. Cavs, they're just, they're a bit so-so at the moment, and same with Frisky. Both these teams at some stage, things are either going to clean up or they're going to get dirtier with regards to turnovers.
JD able to generate some room there, even with the poach, gets the disc and then moved it to the poached player right away. Kizza moves it to Lou up the line.
Yeah, there was a big travel there. She not only rounded off a cut, but took a couple extra steps there to free up her arms. Looks to be, an obviously uncontested travel call. We'll go back to Kizza, is it?
Kieran James.
Kieran James?
James.
Okay, Kira James. Meanwhile, for Karen Palmer out of South Australia is playing for Frisky.
Some affiliation with the ULTI.TV founder.
Mr. Mike Palmer.
JD wanted the big one. He wound it up. Then comes around to Lou. Over to Kiz. Almost a great pickup by
That was a great effort there. She got down low. She had it in her hands, but it just slipped out.
Frisky with a chance to tie if they can punch this in. Gets it to Julio. Tiger wanted it again, but didn't get there. Kaz Palmer with the disc. Palmer flicks up to Ash. Ash with the disc. Look, Julio's moving, but Tiger gets it. He's wide open. Oh, inside out backhand to the corner, but unfortunately no receiver in that corner.
An absolute speculator there from Tiger Webb. I don't know what he was thinking.
Maybe that was beyond the mid-range.
It was beyond.
If he's the best short to mid-range, or maybe that just qualified as long and thus not in his prowess range.
Well, that throw was an inside-out left-handed backhand, but the wind is coming from the bottom of your screen, so that was always going to get pushed down on the ground.
And the wind significantly picked up again. Like I said, we've gone through 4 seasons over the course of the day today here in Perth, and it's
Perth, right? It's not Melbourne.
Yeah, that's right. It is Perth. Maybe known for the more beautiful weather. Dizzle puts it up. Hamish is there. That looks like a reception. About 5 meters out now.
JT.
Twiggy gets it and gets the foot in and does a moonwalk, I think, afterwards. And Cabs, is that a half taker?
That's a half taker.
8-6 Cabs, and they're going to receive the pull in the second half.
JD, that was an incredible throw. That went about 55 to 60 meters, forehand. Yeah.
Effortless.
Yeah.
Second half action, Spielman put it up. Wow, that one is in the clouds, but it's going to land in. JD picks it up to Cupcake. Cupcake with the disc. Back to JD.
Ooh,
Whips one up. Great pickup there. On the far sideline, now back to JD. He centers to Cuppers. Cap going backwards, speculator, but there's a call on the play. It's going back to Cuppers. Great take by Spielman, even though he knew the play didn't count.
I was just kind of wondering what the hell was going on there.
Cupcake threw it up in the air for grabs, and then Twiggy just kind of cooled his jets, and Spielman just kind of waltzed in there.
Made himself look good, even though it didn't count. And here we go again, back in action. Cupcake to the Diz. Dizzle jacks one. Has 2.
Carl, the one-to-one of Jackson. He's right there.
Taking his time. Wisely puts it back to Cupcake. Cupcake gets the goal to Audrey. Cabs strike first in the second half and now have in this game, the most comfortable lead that we've seen yet, a 3-point lead, 9-6.
But insofar as Frisky goes, I wouldn't be cracking the top off any beers yet.
That's it. Don't count those chickens. And Cupcake was set to pull. Now he's throwing grass to see that the wind is indeed going from his right arm towards his left. And a good grunt out of Cupcake. He's a great grunter when he pulls. He's like Monica Seles out there.
He has solid grunts. Gives you an extra 2 to 3 yards, I would say.
Tiger with the disc. Hugh on the mark. Tiger to Stacy. Stacy to Spielman. Gets it to Halden. Frisky making great use of the men on their team. They're getting a significant proportion of the touches. Spielman now. Back to the Tiger. Tiger gets the lefty flick out to nobody but a pick on the play.
So that'll go back to Tiger right here.
And we'll just mention, to toot my own horn there, at the halftime, Hempel gave out a few of the awards, and I was lucky enough.
In amongst those awards, Stefan was
in the tournament of the year, and I happened to be the TD of the winning tournament, the Halibut Olympics this year. So I've got myself a great Rebel Sports gift card and a certificate to boot. Oh my God, great bid by Cuppers, but Stacy hangs on. Stacy now gets it to Halden, centered, moves it up to Georgia, and a stone cold drop there. That's not what Frisky needs to get back in this game.
That's not a good sign. 9-6 down, you cannot be dropping the disc at this stage.
And especially not a sitter. Hugh Osborne with the disc now. Moved up, close sideline, 25. Ooh, and ugly looking throw up the line. Got away from her.
Georgia gets that one back in the end after the throwaway there by Cabs. Tiger walking back for the disc. I really like the way Tiger throws his forehand. It always has nice shape, and he just kind of floats it into the receiver's path.
And I think a lot of that starts with his pivot. He's got a wide pivot step. He keeps a great gravity.
Yeah, great balance.
Good balance, exactly it. And it allows him to get rid of it. James Lay lofts one up. Stacy's there, Cupcake's there, and sees it first.
Well, that was actually Tiger Webb there, and I would say that was much further than intermediate range.
Yes, indeed.
The wind catching that one, sending it out.
And we'll see where it's bringing Stacy at the spot there where it would have went out.
I got confused there for a second. I thought it was James Lay on the mark, and he just let JD walk past him.
Hugh with the disc.
Again,
the Dizzle.
We see JD getting resets.
JD back to Hugh. Oh, that's not the way he wanted that to come out, but he may get away with it. No, he doesn't.
Alex Peters with another great read on the disc.
And a good little swat at the end of that read. Tiger brings it in. Bri on the mark. Gives a backhand and gets on his bike. Far side of the field. Wind just gusting again. It's picking up now. Spielman gives him a dump cut. Gets it. Had Max if he had the break. Instead moves it back to Tiger. Far sideline.
JD is just kind of hanging around here. He's not really playing defense on Max Howden. He's just kind of playing in the lane, having a little bit of a look at seeing what's coming. Howden sticks in.
Oh, and Hugh gets in the way. Shuts it down. Hamish to Dizzle. Dizzle. Oh, he wanted to put it to Simo. Does in the end, but just goes the other way for it. What a beautiful throw again. JD continues to throw that gold.
Wow, it just pure experience there. Instead of forcing the outside in with the wind, he goes with the inside out, and the wind helps keep it down and just puts it into Simone Ryan's path. Great throw.
Speaking of experience, 24 nationals in a row that man has been to, so I don't think too many people can contend with that.
Stefan, with this wind picking up, mate, this Cabs lead is becoming more and more critical by the moment.
Indeed, almost insurmountable feeling we're getting here. The wind out of Frisky's sails. They really need to do something to take some momentum back.
James Lay bringing it in, has a deep cut from Julio straight away. Resets to Nathan Stacey out there. There's a pick called downfield. Stefan, I just think that to get back in this game, Frisky, they're going to have to come up with something huge to get the disc out of Cavs' hands, and then they're going to have to
stay patient.
Yeah, stay patient on O and not throw it away. Stacey with the disc.
Oh, and Hugh almost with a chance there. Stacey gets it, moves it to Julio, who doesn't hang on.
Again, we see it, just a cold drop from Frisky.
That's it. It's in their heads potentially at this stage. Maybe they know they've got the game on the wrong side of the scoreboard, but Cupcake puts a hammer over Ash.
Oh!
Past Audrey. A bit too much on it. And Frisky get another chance.
Hugh Osborne stitched the hat here.
And James Lay walks the disc up, and he jacks it. Julio's there. It's not going to stay in, though. The wind is carrying.
That's just no good by James Lay there.
And Twiggy picks it up, jacks it. Hugh there, Ash there, James Lay there. Hugh gets it. And the Cavs keep ringing them in. 11-6 now. Getting ugly for Frisky.
James Lay was caught between a rock and a hard place there. Hugh Osborne playing with great body position, takes away front spot. James Lay had to go with the back position in that sky. No way he was going to get over Hugh Osborne. Hugh rips it down. We see Kevin Storman on the line for the first time. Is this an indication that Cabs think this game is over?
Potentially. They're very particular with their line calling, and Kevy knows it. He accepts his role happily, and when he gets out there, he loves it. But yeah, this is his first one, and we'd love to see something out of the heart and soul of Byron Bay Ultimate and the deputy mayor in Slamtown. He's covering Max Halden.
No, he's not.
They're in his zone. It's up to Julio. Cupcake is there. Cupcake took position, but Julio took the disc. Bit of a misread by Cupcake there. Went up a bit early, and a great grab by Julio.
So Frisky called the timeout after that score there.
I'm never a fan of the timeout post-score. I always find it a momentum killer. But let's see what Frisky does. 7-11. Like the convenience store is the score.
And that's a great pull by Kalen Spielman.
JD collects to Simon Urquhart. To JD.
Urquhart has been on the sideline for a long time. He finds himself back out on the field now. He was benched after a few throwaways, I think. But Cavs showing a bit of faith, and he's back. JD breaks that mark.
Now.
Great throw by Urquhart.
To Simo. Back to Urquhart. Pivots, fakes. Hugh Osborne with the disc. The Frisky put the zone on now. One-hand pickup.
Urquhart.
Oh. Hugh Osborne. Oh, a late foul call. Crowd doesn't like it.
You know, I think this is a legitimate foul call by Hugh. Julio just came in, and the only thing he was ever going to do there was take the body. You know, if that's not a foul, that's an intimidation. You know, ultimate is non-contact at the base of things.
Yeah,
even though guys like
it would have been dangerous play if it's not a foul.
So it's actually going to be contested by Julio. And we'll go back.
Which is fair enough. I did think Hugh still had a chance to make the catch and went off both hands. Cupcake now with the disc to JD. Fake the big.
JD with the disc.
Oh, now gets it to Cupcake. What a throw.
So Tom Tullett isn't the only one with an extravagant flick. That was amazing by JD.
Some beautiful throws right now to Cavs. Ellie has gone well deep. Spielman not respected it. But he's got some catch-up speed. And he's certainly got the hops.
Cavs are being...
Cavs go backwards. Cupcake throws it away.
Cavs just had nothing there. They had
Julio
no movement.
Runs it to the line. Oh, and Julio throws it into Hugh Osborne. Hugh's gone the other way. JD almost threw it into Cupcake. Hugh versus Spielman. Spielman shows some excellent speed. Oh, and a foul call. The crowd does not like that call.
You know, now here...
Spielman just beat him in a foot race there. I don't know, Hugh.
And now I'm going the other way, Stefan. That was not a foul.
And he's taking it back. He's retracted the call. That's the right thing to do.
You know, Spielman there had body position. He ran straight. Hugh Osborne came back and caused the contact there. There was no foul. And I think that's a good retract by Hugh Osborne.
Yeah, he's done the right thing.
I think he was justified in making the call. There was
contact, but it was it was him running forward into a man who just got in front of him.
Exactly. So Kalen Spielman, as you call him. I believe he likes to be called Callum, though.
Oh, is it Callum then? I will try and correct it because I don't like being called Stefan, so I'll do it.
Oh, Hammer goes with the flick, but
Simo knocks it down.
The she-beast gets in front of it.
Oh, he had Kizza deep, but elects to go to Cupcake, and the zone resets for Frisky.
Oh.
Ugly Scuba, not his best throw there, Covers.
Yeah, he was going for distance rather than looks there.
Okay, that's a nice throw by JD, that OI flick.
I think it's a bit of tit for tat here with JD and Tom Tullett.
And covers, floats up a flick to Urquhart. Urquhart to JD. And the same throw comes up. A bit of company that time. Maybe a man out of position, moves it to JD.
Tom just slices him through the cup there.
And
JD doesn't see him.
The
He
wind
floats
has
one.
picked up. Hugh Osborne now with the disc. Pops one over to Simo. That is a compromiser. And that is a goal because of it. Ellie with the goal. 12-7. Cabs are rolling. And Cabs at the ball. Cupcake. Let's see if we get a grunt. Oh, yeah. Ah. Cupcake, you sound like this. Ah. Like a crow kind of. A hungry crow. Ah. Ah.
That.
Oh, the grunt goes out. Maybe a bit too much grunt in that one, Cupcake. And he knows there was a bit too much grunt. That made the difference.
I think Tom Tullett is heading towards exhaustion after a big night at the party.
And
The bouncer having to literally throw him out of the pub.
is that what happened?
He got pushed off a banister by the bouncer at one stage as he was dancing and singing and being generally rowdy.
Being generally cupcakeish. I'd
Yes.
say there was a few players on Cabs or here that maybe didn't make it to the end of the night at the bar.
Kate Chamberlain
Yeah.
backhandling now.
To Lay. Lay to Chamberlain. Chamberlain to Webb. Tiger with the disc.
James Lay was in an interesting spot there. They've broken it now though.
Max Halden to Tiger Webb to Kate Chamberlain, and now James Lay with the disc. Chamberlain on super dump, then gets it to Tiger.
She's throwing some wobbly ones right now. I think she's been pushed out.
I think Tiger did tell her to get out. She didn't look entirely happy about it.
Now, if Kate's done the right thing, she's kept it moving. The last thing she wants is to be trapped on this line. Max Halden finds it.
Tiger. Double redhead action there.
The Rangers combining for Frisky.
And James Lay on the straight dump, back to Chamberlain. Back to Lay. Good movement, but they've got to get it up the field.
Oh, there's the
Max
break.
Halden, Kaz Palmer. Max Halden.
Good play by Tom
Far
Tullett.
sideline. Good flow out of Frisky right now.
The Cab zone is maintaining some containment on this.
They are. They're certainly making them work, and it doesn't look like they're coming out of it, even with the shortened field. James Lay now with the disc. Now Max Halden, close sideline. Kate Chamberlain. Tiger Webb. A lot of passes in this one. You'll hope it pays off.
You know, while it's in Tiger Webb and James Lay's hands, you don't really mind too much how many passes they're throwing.
That's it. They're very safe. Those two played together on the Mondays. Oh, that one was low, but still kept up, kept alive.
On the other hand, Kate Chamberlain.
Georgia keeps it alive. Big trap.
Hamish.
She gets it back to James Lay.
It's we wonder if what's going to happen here, because right now the Cavs.
Tiger picks one up, almost handcuffed by that one. Tiger to Max, back to Tiger. James Lay. A lot of passes. I really hope this one pays off for them.
We might have to put a counter on this one.
Very patient.
Max Halden, very casual there.
Yeah, but the casualness paid off in that one. There's some sense that there might be a turn coming. They're going to have to take a shot. Bri took a bid and missed.
Oh, Karen Palmer's held it up. She's allowed the Cab zone to reset.
Yeah, they had them compromised a little bit there. Now James Lay. Chamberlain takes it high. Great catch.
And that was time cap called by John Hempel on the loudspeaker.
So we've got ourselves a game to 13.
Depending on who
depending
scores.
on what the outcome of this.
Because we've still got to finish this point. That's still going. Kate Chamberlain finds it.
A lot of touches. This is what Frisky should have been doing a long time ago, but better late than never. And we still need them to do it right past that blue line. And until then, it's all for naught. They really do. And the big gust of wind there. Max with the disc. Back to James Lay. Playing safe. Oh, a no item to Tiger. About 5 meters out now.
Stefan, they just keep generating small breaks, but this Cavs zone, the Cavs backfield, Twig, Tattoos, and Tom Tullett are managing to hold the Frisky.
And a shot to the end zone. Georgia not in, called on the line.
A strong mark there by Tom.
To Kate Chamberlain, now to Tiger Webb. Now he's got a bit of room. Spielman was open in the end zone there. Max now on the line, and finally get the goal, made it pay off. Like I said, should have been doing that for a little while now, but good to see it late. So it is a game to 13. It's 8-12. Cavs need 1, and Frisky needs about a 5-point run. And chance to win the game on this possession for Cavs. Spielman puts up the pull. JD settles under and gives to Cuppers.
We got Tom Tullett and JD out there along with Twig, and Kyle Atkins has been called on for this critical point. Great faith being shown by Cavs here in Kyle, but one to watch Atkins.
And Cuppers with Nathan Stacey on. Zone employed. JD. Points deep. Pops one over for Simo.
Simone Ryan, great receiver, such reliable hands. JD can, pop that stuff over to her, break the zone with relative ease because Simone Ryan is such a reliable catcher.
Oh, a wobbly floater and a cupcake. Now Simo, now JD. He has a great crossfield pass to Cupcake. High release flick. A scoop back over now to JD. Oh, bit on the play, all by Beck Carmen, but not enough to get there. Now Cupcake's enjoying this little scoop back to JD. Now a scoop forward to Kendall. Ashby.
They're on the doorstep.
Ellie.
There it is.
Grabs the goal, grabs the win. This year's national champions are going to be, Cavs are here the first time ever. We've had a Western Australian team win the mixed national championships. A great game, I think, in the middle there. Cavs just put the foot down. They got one decent run of about 3 or 4 points, which was enough to bridge a gap that Frisky were just never able to come back against.
So Frisky go one better, and only one better on last year. They came third. This year they come second. They're a quality outfit.
Will next year be the year?
Maybe, but this year is Cavs' year. The first time ever for a WA team to win the Australian Mixed Ultimate Championships.
Good to see Damiani getting one. I'm always going to be happy for my boy Kevin Stallman getting himself a gold medal. And it's been a great weekend here in Perth. We're treated to some wonderful ultimate, both able to play and spectate, and it's always wonderful to have ULTI.TV here picking it all up for you. And we'll see you at the next one. Thanks, Dan Cletton, for having me on board once again.
And thank you, Stefan Rapazzo.
And we'll see you next time.
Will do.